Hi, I'm Mike Tove with AIN Services, a financial planning firm.
And I'm Bill Alexander with W.G. Alexander & Associates. We're a Raleigh law firm specializing in elder law, estate planning, and asset protection.
And welcome to Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. And welcome back to our friend and guest Warren Coble.
Thank you, Mike.
And,
good to be here.
So we're going to talk about Social Security.
Big topic.
And I know. And you know what's funny is, you know who should not be trying to figure out Social Security planning? People who are already on it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Too late for those folks.
So
Yep.
we're going to
No
actually
question
talk
about
to
it.
people who are never thinking about it, because that's the time you should be thinking about it.
But you know, Mike, I think it's really important for folks to understand that the elections they make with Social Security can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars of difference over their lifetime.
Right, and planning is key, and so advanced planning is key. So we're going to go into this and have some fun, and please stay tuned, and we'll be right back. It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander & Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander & Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
Hey, welcome back. So, you know what? How should we're going to talk to people who are way too young to start thinking about Social Security, because guess what? That's when they should. So the 30-somethings, maybe even the 40-somethings.
Absolutely, Mike. It's so important that individuals understand what their benefits are going to be. And for young people, I always encourage them, you need to be planning for your own retirement as opposed to waiting and depending on the government, because the government, even though the money is there now, in 40 years it may not be there.
Right.
Well, I think what he's saying is that don't depend on Social Security to pay all your bills.
Right.
You need,
it's not going to be enough for the bills.
You need a nest egg.
I want to dispel a few myths. First of all, Social Security is still going to be there, right?
Am I gonna step myself out on a limb that can be cut off and the government do something? I mean, yes, there's going to have to be some type of a system that is going to take care of our seniors. But what my emphasis is don't let that be your total dependence, because you're going to be destined for a life of poverty.
Right.
I
but I
agree with
think
that.
the point is that it's probably not going to completely vanish. And if
No, it
that's
will
the
not
case,
completely vanish.
And therefore, it means you should do whatever long-term planning you can to maximize however much you get, because if you leave money on the table, They don't give it back to you after you're gone, and they don't give it
No.
to your kids.
No.
Well, Warren, tell us, when can we receive Social Security?
The earliest point that an individual can sign up for retirement benefits is age 62. Full retirement age is increasing, started with people born in 1955. They added 2 months, so age 66 and 2 months. That is gradually going to increase over the next 5 years until full retirement bill becomes age 67. An individual can still retire at 62, but you take a 30% cut. And then another option is to wait until age 70, and if you have sufficient assets, and as a young person we encourage you to save so that you'd have those assets, you can use those other assets to bridge your Social Security benefit to age 70, and then if you're born in 1955, 54, 55, you get a 32% delayed bonus. At age 67, it's only going to be a 24% bonus. But still, that's a considerable amount of money
Now,
that some folks are
So for the
not
next several
getting.
years, those folks who are turning 66 is the full retirement age.
Right.
And then it will go up by a couple months every year after
until
that.
it gets to 67.
Right. That's important. But now, what about folks who lose their spouse to death?
Survivor benefits are payable as early as age 60, and if the surviving spouse is disabled, they can file for that surviving spouse benefit as early as age 60. And that also applies in divorce cases as well. If the person was married at least 10 years and their former spouse passes away, they may potentially qualify for
In other
divorce
words, now
spouse
in that
benefits.
case, they could, if with a divorced spouse, they can take under their own account or their divorced spouse's account, but they can also take under their new spouse if they marry after age 60, isn't that right?
If they remarry after age 60, they can choose whichever way is going to get them the most money.
Okay.
And that's important that folks understand. It's not just one benefit per se if you happen to fall into one of these exception categories.
Now, it doesn't matter whether your divorced spouse is remarried or any of those.
Absolutely not.
Right.
And there's even a category bill called independently entitled divorced spouse, that if you have a former spouse that you were married to for 10 years and you've turned 62 or even 66 and your former spouse is now 62 but they haven't signed up for checks, you can possibly still sign up on them. Now generally you have to sign up on your own record first, and then if there's any additional benefits that are payable from the divorced spouse record, then they will add those on. But again, the key here is checking out your options ahead of time. And for young people
by
to
ahead of
plan
time, we
ahead
mean
of time.
years
We're
ahead of time.
talking years ahead of time.
And what I'd like to do, we're going to take a short break, but what I'd like to do is just kind of go out there and just chat with folks and see what young people think about the idea of starting your Social Security planning years and years and years before you should. So let's have some fun with this. Please stay tuned. We'll be back.
If you can sign up for Social Security at 62, what age do you think you should start researching?
50.
Social Security? I mean, honestly, you should start no later than your 40s probably. You want to give yourself a good 15, 20 years, probably more than that. Like the earlier you start, the better. That way you have it all together, because if you wait 62 years and then you start right then, that's kind of going to suck. Like if you waited 20 years to learn how to do something you do now, it'd be a lot harder to learn it, you know?
I agree. That's all I gotta say.
What age do you think you should start making a plan for it?
30.
I don't know, man. See, I guess that's kind of what you're trying to prove, right? Because the fact that I haven't even thought about it yet, that's making me think about it. It's making me want to almost go out and research it more and see what I can do, because if I knew more about it, I could give you a better answer, but I don't even know about it, which I guess that says something.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander and Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at wgalaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. WG Alexander and Associates is here for you.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Hey, welcome back. So,
Well, Mike, it seems like everybody thinks, or a lot of folks think, that signing up at 62 is a good idea.
yeah, but you know,
I disagree.
yeah, I do too.
I do too. That's why I posed it. I mean, I think that's the urban myth. Sign
Absolutely.
up at 62.
It's one of the worst things that an individual can do as a general rule. Now there are, Bill, we've discussed before, there are certain exceptions to that, but if a person signs up early at 62 years old, they're going to take as much as a 30% cut in their Social Security benefit.
Penalty. How long does that penalty last?
For a lifetime, Bill. It never goes away.
Okay, and is that true even if their spouse dies and then they go to their spouse's account?
No, if their spouse passes away, they can switch over to the surviving spouse benefit, and those age reductions for signing up early do not carry over to that
Oh, well,
spousal
that's
benefit.
a relief.
Yeah.
But how about for a widow or widower who's encouraged to sign up at age 60?
That one also, they can delay their own retirement until 62 or 66 or 70, and that carryover age reduction also does not apply. There is no actual carryover
well, actually, I
age
think that
reduction.
there's a
But they do-
strategy
but
in
they-
that, though,
wait a
isn't
minute.
there?
There is definitely strategy.
But they do get a penalty when they sign up at 60, right?
Oh, absolutely. They take a 30% penalty
So-
on widows' benefits at 60.
Only if their own account is more than that would they be able to switch over.
That's
or
correct.
would they wouldn't make sense to switch over
Right.
if it wasn't more.
But I think the key here is knowing the difference between signing up for your own benefits versus signing up for benefits based on somebody else, a deceased spouse or a divorced spouse.
Correct.
And because those, while there's a penalty individual to those, it doesn't apply to your own individual benefit, that if you delay signing up for yours until 70, for example, you get an amount of income and you can still work through that.
Correct.
Because if you're working after you sign up for Social Security up to your full retirement age, there is another penalty that gets whacked in there.
There's an earnings penalty. For 2018, the penalty limit is $17,040. So if an individual earns more than that $17,040 limit, they're going to lose half of their Social Security money
And never
of
get
the
it
amount
back.
above that amount.
and never get it back.
It's a 1-for-2 payback.
Right, and so it's basically doing exactly the opposite. They went to work because they needed more money,
And then they get less.
and then they end up getting less
Right.
because
But they will get a recomputation of their benefit after their full retirement age. So any month that they, it doesn't amount to a lot for a lot of folks. It really, really does not. So the important thing for folks is to, again, plan ahead, think ahead, look ahead, know what benefits you are eligible for. and develop a strategy.
Well, Warren, one of the things I think, because there have been some law changes as to how things work, particularly when it has to do with using your spouse's account.
Correct.
And a lot of folks don't believe that you can actually sign up and get half of your spouse's account anymore. Tell us about that.
Okay, it has been restricted somewhat. The file and suspend and file and restrict to spousal only rules changed as of November 2015. There is a grandfathering period for individuals born before January 1st, 1954 and earlier. Those individuals can still file and restrict to a spousal benefit only, and then they can save their own until age 70. But we're going to be phasing out of that as we get beyond
Well, of
those
course, you
birth
know
dates.
that I'm 66, and my spouse is 66 as well.
One of you can file, and the other one can restrict and draw spousal benefits and let yours grow
So
until 70.
what you mean by restrict is I can get half of my spouse's
Correct.
until I turn 70, and then I can turn on my own account at 70 in order to max out my Social Security benefit.
Correct. You're restricting to spousal benefits only. The terminology is intensely important, because if you say file and suspend, that means
do that.
you're filing and you're going to suspend. And it's better actually not to file at all than to file and suspend almost in that situation.
Well, this sounds so complex. This is why I refer so many of my clients to you, Warren, is because it is confusing, and the terminology is confusing.
Very much so, Bill.
So we're going to take a short break, and I want to chat with folks out on the street one more time, and then we'll be back and start talking about our money secret. So stay with us.
When do you think you should sign up for it?
First sign up? Honestly, I can't answer that question. I'm not entirely sure.
Honestly, I don't know enough about it. Still a little on the younger side.
I would say about middle age, like mid 50s, early 50s, because that's when you start really deteriorating, kind of, and yeah, you start losing the abilities to do some things you could do when you were young.
I would hold off as long as I can to be able to get the bigger check.
And you're really gonna need that money, put it away for something, just in case emergency happens, a family emergency with yourself, or emergency with your kids or wife or whatever.
Yeah, halfway through life, like over the hill, that's pretty much when everything goes downhill from there, so you're definitely gonna need that money.
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander & Associates focus on 3 core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander & Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
And welcome back. And you know, I want to start this segment a little bit with talking the money secret, because I think this money secret has multiple parts. Earlier you were mentioning, we were talking about, can you do this on your own? And you pointed out you can, but it's really not a good idea.
It can be really, really complicated, because there are so many different aspects that do need to be considered.
Well, you know, and a lot of times we're talking about the general rule and the exception. And so the exception in this case, I think, are those folks who maybe should consider signing up early for Social Security when they turn 62. Warren, who would those folks be?
As you pointed out, Bill, you can't put a hard and fast rule on it that says nobody should sign up at 62. There definitely are some folks that should. For example, if you've got an individual who is not going to be able to pay their light bill, they're not going to be able to buy groceries, they need the money, literally. Right. Okay, those individuals, it's a no-brainer. You need to sign up at 62 if you qualify.
In other words, it's not the folks that want more money, it's the folks that actually need it to
more
pay
money.
Basic necessities.
Correct. That's the first category. The second category is those individuals who, through no fault of their own, have ended up with a genetic pool that is pretty well destined them to a short lifespan. For example, we know of individuals who cancer runs strongly on both sides of their family. Mm-hmm. And I've had individuals who've looked at me and said, there's not been a person in my family who's lived past age 70, ever. And I'm like, then you probably ought to consider signing up as early as age 62.
But I want to be careful about that, because I run into too many people who will sort of allude to that, but then when you boil it down, they're making assumptions about their own life expectancy based on a dead relative that isn't necessarily correct.
That's what makes it tough.
But it has to, all of these things come in together to make the decision.
Right. And then, but for some folks it's easy because they're 60 and they already are suffering from cancer or suffering from some other debilitating disease.
And that's the key, is if you've got somebody who's coming in and they're in their early 60s and they say, well, nobody in my family lives a long time, and I go, well, how's your health? And they go, it's great. You know, maybe they're being a little bit pessimistic.
Well, I think the most important thing here, though, is that it's a small group of exceptions. Right. Everyone else really and truly should delay taking
as
Social
long as
Security.
Possible.
Right.
Absolutely.
And for those who can wait till 70, you know, if they're married, sometimes they can use elections to actually increase it and receive some of it before that. But the big wage earner probably should wait until 70 if they have a normal life expectancy.
Well, the other thing that again, from my practice, is that people will come in and say, well, I'm retired, and so I need the Social Security income to pay the bills.
Well, the bottom line is that bridge you're talking about is the fact that it's better, if you have a large 401k or IRA, to actually use that.
Right.
And leverage the Social Security.
And delay taking Social Security.
Because when you do that, you're going to increase the income, but you also decrease the total tax, and for the rest of your life, you're getting more income and less tax, and it's a great combination.
And what more, I know very briefly, if I've taken Social Security early, I've figured that, I really made a mistake at 6 months down the road, what can I do?
You can withdraw within 12 months and repay the money that you've received, and it'll be like you never did it.
But you have to repay the money.
But you have to repay the money. You can't just stop it and say, okay, I'm going to withdraw and then I'll start over at 66 or 67.
But I have 1 year to do that.
You have 1 year to do that.
So I want to get into the final money secret here, and I think the money secret is what we've said all along, is that this is something that really needs to be done under the counsel and guidance of somebody who has been down the road before, who is...
Well, this is not the time to take the advice of your uncle.
No.
Or the grocer.
Or your coworker.
Or the internet.
Or Social Security.
Or even Social Security.
Don't go into Social Security office and expect to get advice.
They're not allowed to consult with you.
Right.
So anyway, well, we'll take a short break and be right back and wrap this up finally. Stay tuned. And welcome back. That's a fun, it's always fun to have you on show.
I enjoy being with you guys so very, very much.
Well, the money secret is you really need to get advice, professional advice, before you make your Social Security election. It can make the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars to you over your lifetime to have good advice and make the right election.
And start early, way before you think you should.
Yes. So many variables with Social Security, depending on your personal circumstance. There's no one rule fits all at all in this area. Everybody's different, and that's why it requires really good advice.
Yeah. So, but thank you for watching, and we will come back next week with another episode of Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. Join us then.
You've been watching Bill and Mike with Money Secrets. Bill Alexander is an attorney with W.G. Alexander and Associates in Raleigh. They focus on estate planning, asset protection, and elder law. Find them at wgalaw.com. You can catch Bill on the radio on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. with Asset Protection Today on WPTF 680 AM. And come join him on every second Wednesday of the month for a free seminar. Just call 919-256-7000 for more information. That's 919-256-7000. Mike Tove is a financial planner with AIN Services. They can be reached for all your planning needs at 1-800-363-2296 or online at ain-services.com. You can also join Mike Tove for seminars on how to take control of your retirement. Just call 1-800-363-2296 to find out when he will be in a city near you.
Would you like a copy of the new book, Money Secrets with Bill and Mike? Visit us at moneysecretstv.com. That's moneysecretstv.com.